Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we're going to talk about some cool newness from VISEART. Well, actually, we have a lot of cool newness from VISEART coming up, but let me just tell you what we're doing today. Today we're going to look at the new VISEART Petites Shimmers. We have two new palettes, the Paris Nudes and the Sultry Muse palette. We are going to talk about them. We are going to swatch them in two different lightings and, talk about how they work and their inspiration, and we are going to demo both. So get comfy, lots of good stuff. Like I said, VISEART, when the inspiration strikes them, they really do. They can be incredibly prolific and make these absolutely gorgeous inspired palettes. So I've done about two other, and I'll link them below, very recent in the last few weeks VISEART reviews. And I have another, they're adding some new Petit fours, the little cute little four palettes. And I got those, I think 3 of those. And those I think are being shipped out to me. I purchased those and those are coming. And I just wanted to take a moment to look at the Petite Shimmers. So these are, as the name implies, all shimmer. Both palettes are all shimmer. Each palette is $40, so $40 each. They are shimmery finishes that can be used wet or dry. These can be used to highlight even or define the face, actually, not just for the eyes if you don't want to. And of course, as always, keeping the artist and the home use in mind, they are magnetized pans. So you can take them out, move them around, trade with your friends, all the good stuff. All right, let's talk about each individually, and we are going to swatch them as well. Let's start with the Paris Nudes. Here it is in the pan. Again, all shimmers. The Paris Nudes was developed for Paris Fashion Week, actually, by Anastasia Sparrow and crew. Very pretty shimmers and highlights. We're going to actually use a highlight to define the face. You might also think of this in conjunction with the Paris Edit, which was a VISEART palette that was released previously. So here is our brand new Paris Nudes and the Petite Shimmers, and here is the Paris Edit. We'll look at them together swatched as well. They do kind of work well together, though. In the demo, we just used the new one on its own because it's my first time with it. But you could also mix and match. They do go lovely together. Before we get to the Sultry Muse, let's go ahead and just do our swatches of Paris Nudes. Here it is in studio lighting. Don't know why I paused there. Very beautiful. Don't worry, we'll take it outside too. But there it is in studio lighting in all of its glory. But of course, if you really want to see it looking its best, you take it outside into the warm California sunshine. So let's do that. Take a look at this outside. Same swatches on my arm. And just to give you a little bit of perspective, I wanted to show it to you with the Paris Edit on the other side of it. So here we go in studio lighting. We have on the left the brand new Paris Nudes Petite Shimmers. And then the Paris Edit is all the way to the right, kind of towards my wrist, just so you can see how those look and work together. Now, that might not be all the comparisons you want. Do keep in mind that these are shimmer shades. But if there's other comparisons that you need in order to help your purchasing power, etc., just let me know, because I'm happy to do that over on Instagram. If you let me know here on YouTube, give me your screen name over on Instagram so I can tag you. Otherwise, I have to go back and ask you for it and wait for you to get back to me. It just speeds things up. It's okay. All right, now let's talk about Sultry Muse. Look at this. Look at these really unique kind of combination, this really unique combination of kind of cool and warm shades. I really like how they did this. It's kind of everything you could ever want, I think, in one palette. And yes, they're all shimmers, but let me tell you, they're so creamy that some of them are almost just like super cream to powder, creamy, dreamy mattes. I mean, I know they're all shimmer shades, but you know what I mean? Like they're just so useful. I don't feel like they're not like all sparkly, they might be shimmers, but they're kind of like very useful shimmers. Does that make sense? Let's look at Sultry Muse here first in studio lighting. Just look at that really interesting combination of kind of coppers and grays, kind of pinky, beigey shades. It's really kind of exciting, I think. I think that's a good way to describe it. Let's take that same arm and the same me out into the warm California sunshine. Take a look at it outside. Isn't that a beautiful palette? I just think for me, that one is just so unique. Everything VISEART does really is quite unique and inspired. They definitely have an artist's eye with the way they approach their projects. But this in particular, I don't know what it is about the Sultry Muse. It's different and it totally works. It intrigues me. But I think the best way to know how these look is to just go ahead and try them on. So stay put. Let's dive right into that. I have brought over oodles of Rephr brushes, just oodles of them, so we can do our two palettes here, starting with the Paris Nudes. Okay, so many good ones to choose from. Now, of course, I'm going to start here with a Rephr number 15. Of course, I could mix this with another palette. Being of the hooded eye persuasion, I would probably want a matte, you would think, in the crease, but no. Oh, but no, I'm not going to. I'm going to do the whole thing in these pretty little shimmer shades. You know, they're so creamy that they almost become like just a cream to powder eyeshadow feel in a way, if you know what I mean. I'm going in with this shade here. Sorry if I didn't tell you that. And I just don't feel like it's distracting on my eyes. I feel I can do a whole look. And rules are for fools. Okay, so I'm not following those rules. I'm going to go in now with this bottom shade here. A little bit of a cool shade right there at the bottom. Just knocking a little bit off of the brush. And I am going to go into the crease. Yes, this is technically a no-no, as it's a shimmer shade. Watch me flaunt the laws of makeup application. Well, continually actually, but yet again, I should say. Oh, liking this look. And you know, again, I have hooded eyes, but I'm not feeling that that's causing any sort of an issue in terms of, you know, making the eye, you know, look less hooded. Well, maybe I just don't have a problem with it anymore. Taking a Rephr number 28, putting it into that same shade and going under the eye just for a bit of definition. Okay, going back to that same Rephr that we just had out. And I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here, this first shade right here, and just kind of go on this inner to mid portion of the eye, including the inside corner of the eye. I just kind of think that's pretty. And that is a very gentle look. And I could do more, but I kind of like this gentle wash of slightly shimmery, sophisticated color. Yeah, I didn't work with a lot of colors, but guys, I like it. This is a very me, everyday look. It's not dramatic. It's not editorial. It's just pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to take this off. This doesn't get the benefit of mascara and such, I realize. And we are going to go to the Sultry Muse palette, and that's kind of what we will finish off with. Stay right there. I'm very much intrigued by Sultry Muse. And something I didn't tell you about the Paris palette is, you know, these are all shimmers, so you can go ahead and use them even to highlight the face. This brush has a little bit of pink on it. It's a Rephr number 4. Has a little bit of pink on it because I put on my RMS blush with it. I'll have that all linked below. But let's go ahead. You know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and go into these two shades together in Sultry Muse. And let's just highlight a little bit. I'm using the same brush, like I said, that I put my blush on with because I figure I don't really mind if those two run together. Isn't that pretty? Kind of a pretty little sparkle. So you can go ahead and do that too. I just wanted to mention that. Okay, picking up now with a Rephr 27. I told you I brought oodles of Rephr over here. Same thing. I'm not going to bring in any sort of a palette with mattes. We are going to use this Sultry Muse for everything. So I'm going to start right here with this shade right third over and just hit both eyes with it. Oh, I really like, maybe it's just, maybe the camera doesn't do it justice, but I actually really like those eye shades as a kind of a highlight brightener. I just think it looks really nice. You can do that with any palette, of course, with shimmers, but this one specifically you can. Let's go in right here. This shade right here is so smooth. It's almost like a matte. It really is. It's not, but it is going to serve that purpose here. And I feel this is just a really kind of bright, crisp, wintry look. And I am in the mood for that right now. That is very, very pretty. Having used those two shades, let's go for kind of a silvery, darker look again, still sticking with the same Rephr brush. And I'm just kind of putting this pretty silver here all over the lid. It's just kind of a light, kind of silver shine. It just feels very snowflakey, and I'm very much enjoying that. And then going into the slightly darker gray, a little less silver, and just hitting the outer corners of the eye. Yes, same brush. We don't want more brush laundry than we need. And underneath the eye with that same shade. And just kind of a really smoky look. All right, what do you think? I feel very snow princess. I need something white with like a white fur, faux fur, of course, boa. Need something like that, don't I? Really, really pretty palettes. And like I said, we have 3 more of the Petit Force coming up from VISEART. When the inspiration strikes them, they really go to work there, and nothing stops that creativity. These are really pretty. Again, they are shimmer palettes, but you can go ahead and use them on their own, or you can go ahead and mix them with some of your favorite mattes or anything else you need. And don't be afraid to use these to highlight under the brow bone, and as I did, even on the cheeks. They work really well for that and are just a super luscious VISEART formula. You know, VISEART, for so long, I always thought of them for their mattes, but these shimmers are really giving those mattes a good run for their money. It's absolutely lovely. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I am always super interested. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that I don't miss you out on any upcoming videos. While you're at it, come say hello over on Instagram and TikTok too. And don't forget, you can join this channel and become a member. There's a join button somewhere around this video, or a link down below in the description bar. We have a cool subreddit topic group going, and, you know, membership lives and behind the scenes and all sorts of fun things. We'd love to have you. I will see all of you, I hope, in the next video. Bye-bye.